Brothers and sisters, once again, you are welcome to the True White channel. I am Eric Padi Bosu. I bring to you today one important aspect of our life, which sometimes we are happy about it, we celebrate it, we enjoy it because it is made by God, but sometimes too it turn out to be a war. And our expectations and our happiness as all or will all turn out to be pain. You are once again welcome to the True Word channel, and our topic today is marriage. Now, marriage is an institution made by God for two people, especially a man and a woman, to join hands together or in unity. But this institution is also being imitated by the devil. The devil has his own version, and then God also has his own version. So we are going to concentrate on the God's own first. Then we see why marriage is not working because it is in the line of the devil's own. Now, marriage is an institution being instituted or being put into act by God. And I'll define it as a, a contract between two opposite sex, which is bound by covenant. So marriage is a contract between two opposite sexes which is bound by covenant. Is it opposite sex or sexes? I don't know which one is correct. Which is bound by covenant. So it's a contract between two different people bound by covenant. Now, marriage has both physical and spiritual parts. So this unity has both physical and spiritual parts. So now we are going to take a look at the physical aspect, then we move to the spiritual aspect. Now, with the physical aspect, we know that we have a lot of interest in our partner, or you have interest in somebody. And as a man, you gradually approach the person, and the talk starts from there. So many things goes on until there's an agreement that the two families, which these two people are coming from, these two opposite sex are coming from, have to meet, agree, and whatever is the price or the bride price, the man have to pay, and that will substantiate the unity. Now, This physical arrangement or this physical part, we all know that it starts with providing of list for items that is needed for the occasion, for the unity, from mostly the female part in most part of the world. Sometimes when you go to certain cultures, the women have to marry the men. But in most parts, the men have to pay the bride price. Now, inside this list or inside these items, we have certain important um, item like a ring. The ring is a physical thing that we can see, we can feel, we can touch, but it also has the spiritual part. The ring serves as a signal or to show that this person is engaged, and therefore certain type of drama, certain type of play will not be entertained or will not have to go to this person. We accept that, society accepted that, and we are using it to work. Now, apart from the clothes and everything that we we receive or we give, which end up make the occasion very adorable. We all know, or there are items that we know that we accumulate to be able to make this occasion come on successfully. And it is not a day to cry, it is a day for happiness. It is a day that God has made for two people to come together. And He said that a man must leave his father and mother and be united with their wife so that the two shall be one. And He went on ahead in a different chapter and He said that woe unto he who will put these two asunder. So people who will try to put this unity asunder or to separation between them, woe unto you. Now, when we take marriage in a deeper context, it is a contract between two people from different families or different bloodlines. But then, when we go deeper, which is the spiritual aspect, we can find out that it is not just an occasion. Apart from all the preparations that the man have to make, the woman must also make her preparations so that the two of them will come and meet, which is the physical aspect, which will be accepted by the families. We have the spiritual aspect, which is the more deeper side. That is where sometimes we have to swear a vow, which may be till death makes us apart or keep us apart. Then also we have for better, for worse. Yes. Mostly these two phrases that we normally use in our wedding or marriage occasions is not just something we are saying, because a vow is something that is recognized highly in the spirit. So when we come into marriage, we are not just marrying a physical person, but we are marrying a spirit. You are marrying the spiritual aspect or the spiritual person as well. So it becomes also a spiritual contract. This contract is very difficult to be broken because vows are very much recognized and monitored in the spirit. So till death makes us apart or do us apart is a very strong initiation. The same way as for better, for worse. These two things and all other initiations or all other phrases that we normally recite or vows that we pronounce are all more intense in the spirit. Now, how are these words or these pronunciations very thick or very intense in the spirit? Now, we see that marriage is a contract. Now, the man has his bloodline. Then the woman, who's the opposite, also has her bloodline. So, if this man agrees to marry this woman, or both of them agree to marry themselves, it becomes bloodline to bloodline. So both of them have to be one. Now, when you marry somebody, or when you get engaged into this marital contract with somebody, what it means in the spirit is that you have agreed to share in your all the activities, everything that is in your bloodline with the other person. And what it means is that the other person has also accepted everything that is in your bloodline. So it is a bloodline contract. That is the spiritual aspect of it. So whatever is in bloodline of the man is accepted or will be accepted by the bloodline of the woman. And whatever is in the bloodline of the woman have to be accepted by the bloodline of the man. So in this case, both of them have to become one. Now, when we take the bloodline of the man, maybe there are generational crises. Then we also have generational blessings. So we have generational curses and then we have generational blessings. So the bloodline of the man, both can exist. And you, the woman who is going to marry this man, you have accepted all the generational curses. If there is madness in the family, you are accepting it. If there is poverty in the family, you are accepting it. If there is sickness in the family, hereditary, anything of that sort, you are accepting it. If there is premature death inside this family, you are accepting it. Anything that is in this bloodline, you the woman, you are accepting it. The same way, the man also is accepting everything that is inside the woman's bloodline. Whether it's a curse, whether it's a blessing, whatever is this. Now, there is a genuine unity, which is marriage, which can take place where between two people or two opposite sex, which is genuine and divinely orchestrated. That is the relationship between two. That's the relationship between two awakened souls. In other words, we call it soul mates. Soulmates makes a perfect marriage because it is divinely orchestrated. So the woman vibrates highly, and the man also vibrates highly. The communication and everything is okay. The man pours into the woman's cup, and the woman also pours into the man's cup. So both of them love each other on the same higher level and with truth. So this connection will work. This is what God has accepted. But the one that is, which has the bloodlines, which is the bloodline of the man, and then the bloodline of the woman, which mostly share in these generational curses and blessings, are the ones that the prices are not being paid in the spirit. And mostly, before the generational blessings will come, the curses have to be broken. And this is a karmic relationship. So this one is a karmic relationship, and it's almost or always happen as what twin flame relationships. So in this kind of unity, which is marriage, it's a bloodline to bloodline. Whatever is in the man's bloodline is accepted by, or is going to be taken by the woman. The woman will also inherit that of the man. The man will also inherit that of the woman. It becomes a karmic or a twin flame relationship. Twin flames are believed to be one soul that are being splitted into two. So one soul that is being splitted into two. And the karmic relationship is the one that one will love more than the other. So in this karmic relationship, one person will love genuinely and the other will not love genuinely. So one will always be chasing after the other. So this type of relationship, which is karmic, when it grows and gathered all the way to the level of marriage, it becomes very difficult because this one does not come from God. God wants the two of them to work on themselves first, break the generational curses, break all the karmic cycles. That is where the man have to be in breaking the generational curses and also the karmic cycles. That is where the man have to be pure. He have to be authentic. He have to be truthful to the wife. The same way, the wife must also be truthful to the husband. The husband must love the wife, and the wife must respect the husband. This is what God wants from karmic relationships. Because this twin flame relationship is not complete. Because there are curses, there are debts that are supposed to be paid in the spirit. And when these debts are not paid, this relationship cannot flourish. So these curses have to be broken. That is why when you are a cheat, you have to stop. So when you are a cheat and you find yourself attach yourself to a man or a woman, and you still find yourself cheating and you are not being faithful to that partner, then that means you are still going through your generational curse, the cycle, the coming cycles. You are still going round. You are not breaking it. So your relationship with this woman, who is very genuine to you, will not last. Will not fulfill the purpose of the marriage that God has ordained. The same way, if the woman is also not realizing that I have to commit, obey, and respect this man and be for him alone, and she goes out and doing other things, meaning this relationship will not work because she's still going around the karmic cycle. So unless all debts are being paid, unless we accept ourselves, unless we work on ourselves, unless we accept that the person we are connected to is somebody we have to submit to, we have to respect, we have to hold, we have to love, we cannot attain the purpose of marriage. It's just a karmic relationship. It doesn't end well. It's always one person chasing the other. One person will chase the other when there's a breakage or there's a separation. The other one who was not in love will now become loving and now begin to chase the other partner. It is crazy, and this is what is happening in our relationships today. The church do not teach us that there are certain levels of relationship that must get into marriage and some must not get into marriage. Who is there to watch into this relationship to be able to know that this one is a karmic relationship and this one is a soulmate relationship? There's nobody. Because we are not trained to even know ourselves that we have the karmic relationships and also we have the genuine relationships with the soulmate connections. So, under karmic relationships, generational curses have to be broken. And if you are a thief, for example, you have to stop stealing. If you are a liar, you have to stop lying. If you are a cheat, you have to stop cheating. If you are not faithful in a relationship, you have to start becoming faithful. When you are able to control yourself, overcome all those your weaknesses, you know that no, it's like any relationship that I have. I always cheat on my man. I always cheat on my woman. Then you have to start wake up. No, then this very one, I have to be committed to it. I don't have to cheat my woman. I don't have to cheat my man. I don't have to lie to my man. I don't have to lie to my woman. If we're able to realize ourselves in that way and begin to work on ourselves and begin to get rid of all those weak points that does not fit us, then we'll be able to break all these generational curses. Because if the two of us are on the same level and we are vibrating very high, these curses and these spells of generational thing will never work on us. But the reason the generational curses used to work is that one person is low vibrational, and the one who is low vibrational is the one who commits the most sin, because he's always lying down. Anything can walk on him or her. And when that happens, That person attracts all the negative things in the old past life into this new relationship. And therefore, when one is moving forward, one is drawing back. So it will never end anywhere. And mostly the one who is always dragging the marriage backwards, who is always low vibrational, is the narcissist. You know, narcissists are naturally attracted to very good and very kind-hearted people. So the karmic relationships are mostly one person is a narcissist. Either the man is a man narcissist or the woman is a narcissist. We will go into another lesson to learn about the qualities or the characters of a narcissist. So the narcissists mostly have connection with the devil. The way they live their life, they don't want to break free from cheating, lying, all sort of dirty activities. That is how they live their life all the way, and they come to meet the man or the woman they want to marry. And when they are in that relationship, they still want to do it more. They still want to continue their whole life. They are not ready to break free from all those negative energies and then face their man or face their woman and then make sure that the relationship work and love the man or love the woman in the same energy where the man has loved them. She will not, or he will not. He will always be dragging the feet of the one who is loving most to madness, always into danger, always into destruction. So always the one who loves mad will always become a slave to the relationship or the marriage. So when the other one refuses to turn or refuse to change, these blessings will not come. But God is looking forward that both of them will break all generational curses and then become soul mates. Then that marriage can be recognized and weighed heavily. But because one person is a narcissist and belongs to the devil, it will be difficult. And if that person refuses to change, it will be difficult for the two of them to vibrate at the same level. Eventually, if the marriage did not break, then what is going to happen is that the one in the lower vibrational level will eventually drag the one in the higher vibration down to her level or his level. That is why sometimes you'll be doing well. But the moment you marry some kind of person, your life become turned upside down. Because that person's intentions are not clean and clear. Because that person is not truthful to you. Because that person is having a lot of darkness inside their mind. So they cannot communicate freely. They cannot tell you what they want and how they want it. Always they keep things to themselves. Very selfish. So what happened is that this relationship, they will not be open to tell you their weaknesses and how will you help them. Perhaps they may be afraid or feeling that they don't want you to know. And eventually they accumulate this evil darkness in them, and then they begin to do so many things, and eventually the relationship becomes distracted. But in the case of the previous one, which is the soulmate, everybody communicates freely. Everybody have good intention for each other. Everybody is truthful. Everybody is clean. Righteousness becomes the main goal. So we have these two types of marriage. If your marriage is not working and you are putting in too much effort, but it is not working, then you should know that you are having problem with, or there's a problem with the partner that you have. So we have the soulmate and then the soulmate and the karmic, which is also the twin flame. The twin flame. Over here, one person vibrates higher than the other. Over here, both parties vibrates equally. Now the vibration is something that we can communicate, we can speak, we know each other's needs. We will not go behind and do anything against each other. We'll be truthful to each other. We'll speak and communicate very well. We will break free from, because of you, I have to stop smoking, drinking, chasing after women, following some kind of friends. Break free from all those things, some kind of families, the advices, so many things I used to do secretly or on my own, my personal life. I have to break free from all those things. Because of you, I have to leave all those things behind. You also have to do the same thing before we can meet our soulmates and the purpose of marriage will become stabilized. But if one person is able to break free from all that, do the work, and the other party refuse to do the work, it becomes a karmic or a twin flame relationship. And this relationship, when it continues to marriage, it doesn't last. So over here, the karmic or the twin flame relationships, one party vibrates higher, and the one who vibrates higher is the one who loves most. And then the one who vibrates lower is the one who lies, cheats, do a lot of dirty things in a relationship. So, then one thing very important also is, mostly with the twin flame relationships, it is believed that there is one complete soul which has been divided or separated into two separate or pieces souls. So what happened is, half is going this way and then half is also going the other way. And it has been believed that in the past life, this is where the generational curses comes in. In the past life, these two people has been together before. These twin flames, these half souls, they have been together before. Maybe they married before, or maybe they've been in a relationship before. But in the past life, it doesn't work. So this life too, there's a possibility that it will not work, because one party is vibrating higher, and the other party must realize that no, although you may not know that have I met this person before in my past life. We don't have records of past lives. So you may not know that this person, whether you have met this person in your past life before, but you see that you are so much connected to the person, so that to break free is difficult. Anytime you see the person, it's like you have to feel for sexual intercourse. You have to have something that suits you or make you feel happy about the person. But the person too did not feel, you don't like you, or both of you will be meeting for those kind of enjoyment or fun. But one person is not serious, is not taking the relationship seriously after having everything with you, after you put in everything you have, he or she will still go out and go and do so many things with other people. And initially, he or she will love bomb you, will make you feel that you are at the top of the world. So with this one, it is believed that these separate souls were in the past life, in the other generations, they met before. And because one person was not able to change from the bad habits, so the relationship couldn't work. So this time they have the opportunity to come back again. So this is where the work is. They have the opportunity to come back again so that the person who did not change in the past life will have the opportunity to change at this time. So if he or she is able to change, then they becomes soulmates. But if he or she refuse to change and carry on with the same life, then they will still be going around the karmic circle, paying debts, paying, then going back, coming back, going, coming back, and they'll keep on going around the circle. They cannot break the circle and be free and become soulmates. So this relationship will not work. No matter how much effort is put into it, it will never end into a successful marriage. So if you are in a relationship and you know or you don't know that your partner loves you so much or is putting in so much into you, into the relationship to work, and you are intentionally playing around, not taking things seriously, siphoning your partner's energy just because your partner do not want you don't want the relationship to end, where he or she will go and be wandering somewhere. So may feel or people will speak about it and say that, oh, why these people just break up like this? Because of that, your partner have to absorb or have to swallow a lot of difficult things in order to sacrifice, become a slave for the relationship. But you know that you are the one causing the problem, then you should know also that in the past life you have been living in that kind of same life. The partner you are having is going to be your soulmate. But if you didn't open your eyes and you didn't realize it and you didn't stop those evil and those kind of things that you are doing to make the relationship difficult to work, then you should know that you are still going around the karmic cycle. You are not waking up. You are like a kid sleeping. You are not doing anybody bad. You are not trying to be smart. You are killing yourself because your partner is killing himself or herself for you, for the marriage to work, for the relationship to work. But you are busy using your time, using your energy, giving out to other people, spreading it anyhow, and things are not working, and you are putting your partner into difficulty. You are not doing your partner, you are killing yourself, which means that the same generational curses that bound you, whereby you are not able to succeed in life, you are not able to get into where you're supposed to get to in the higher realms, you are still interested in that, and therefore you are still going inside that. And the day this partner who loves so much will be leaving the relationship, that will be your end. Because it is because of this partner, that's why the marriage is holding. So if you are such a partner or you are in a relationship and you find out that your partner is working so hard, make sure you also work so hard to meet your partner so that both of you can be able to make a better relationship. If you are in a relationship and your partner is not being truthful to you, your partner is always cheating, lying, doing all sort of bullshit, excuse me to say BS, to distract the relationship, then you should know that that person you and that person might have met in your past lives, but that person is not ready to change. And therefore, I will not advise you to quit such relationship. But you need to know that that person is not ready to change. No matter how much you love that person, is not ready to change, and you cannot change that person. So, in order not to also allow this person to drag you down, to make you useless, to kill your dreams and make you condemn, you need to advise yourself, because the divine have a soulmate. If this person is not ready, do not waste time, do not waste your energy. Pray to God, then you will find a new person who is also in a good heart, a good mind, a good spirit to be able to marry you. Now, this is an advice to people, young people. If you are not awakened, if you didn't know who you are, if you didn't tap into your divine path, if you didn't wake up from the old world and get to the new world, do not marry. Do not think about marriage. And then, when you feel that you want to marry also, then try and know the person you are going to marry very, very well before you sign the contract. Because this marriage is a contract, it's a spiritual contract. The moment you get bound with it, you get bound to it. And the vows spell that till death make us apart, for better, for worse, and so on and so forth. So when you don't know the person very well and you get into marriage, that person might not be your soulmate. It might possibly be a karmic or your twin flame. And this relationship, you are going to love the person more than the person loves you. It is not going to work. And also, we need to be faithful to ourselves. If we know that we didn't love the person very well, but we know that the person loves us very well, and but then because he loves us, we want to marry the person, then we should know that it will also not work, because a time will come when we need to open our heart to that person. We may not, because we didn't love the person so much. So that marriage will also not work unless the two of us love ourselves so much, which is a soulmate relationship, before it will work. So if you are a young person and you want to get into marriage, make sure you check, you know the spiritual background of your partner before you marry that person. Once again, if you are a young person, you want to marry, make sure you check the background, the spiritual standing of your partner very, very well before you marry. Because marriage is a spiritual contract. The moment you marry the person, you accept that all the blessings in that person's family, you are ready to go through it. The same way, all the curses in that person's family, you are ready to go through it. All the demons, all the negativities, all the sicknesses, everything that is in that person's family, you are ready to go through it. And you have to check very well. If you didn't check and you go into it, it might possibly be a karmic relationship. And karmic relationships don't last, they don't end into successful marriage. So, thank you very much. This brings us to the first topic under marriage. We possibly, by God's grace, will be able to capture the other chapters of marriage so that we'll be able to get the whole picture. So that when we are going into it, we should know exactly what we are going for. Thank you very much.